Your dad's a liberal? Well, happy Mother's Day to him. It's Sunday. I'm Akorn. Welcome back to Laugh While the World Burns, bringing you your weekly dose of the Idiocracy memes and news. The next AkornTV Twitch livestream Hangout and Smoke session is tonight, Sunday, May 17th at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So come on over and join us around the virtual campfire. Hope to see you all there. Do you remember when we treated viruses with soup, vitamin C, and plenty of rest instead of communism? Yes, we do. Japan has sent resources to reopen the Strait of Hormuz once and for all. You know, if anyone could do it, Godzilla might just be the one. Better watch out, somebody's mother-in-law is on the loose. Beavis and Butthead, celebrating their lifelong partnership. Yeah, did you guys hear where King Charles just declared that his ministers are going to carry out the implementation of the digital ID? He stated this in his official address while sitting on his throne.
My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID that will modernize how citizens interact with public services.
Hi, can I commission you?
No, because you believe.
Insert any normal thing here.
And I hate you.
Okay, no problem. A woman was scammed by a Russian astronaut who claimed he needed money to return to Earth. The woman transferred 4.4 million yen after the scammer promised to marry her after returning to Earth. 4.4 million Japanese yen is about $28,000. How do people keep falling for any of these scams, let alone something like this? 24 years old, fully paid off Costco hot dog. It's not parents' money, it's not luck, it's consistency, it's discipline. I grind every day to live this lifestyle. He actually paid off a hot dog in 4 payments of 37.5 cents. I wonder how much interest was added to it. Fans are upset that Scooby-Doo cast is all white. Yeah, because, you know, they actually tried to find actors that at least looked similar to the original characters in the cartoon. Gee, what a shocking concept. This is how in love I want to be. Every single man I know who treated a woman like this got cheated on. These days, unfortunately, that's probably more often the case than not. The Washington Post.
Why doesn't Argentina have more black players in the World Cup?
Because we're a country, not a Disney movie. That's a really good reply. Here's a great example of all of these so-called fancy restaurants and the high-priced meals with tiny portions, and how the food critics give them such high praise for it. Man, what a joke. Here's what one person did. This guy turned his dirty backyard shed into an exclusive, #1 rated restaurant in London by using fake reviews. He then served microwavable meals to food experts and had them raving. Hey man, more power to you. Show the people what they really are. Arkansas family finds homeless man living in basement after noticing missing items. Do people never go down to their basements or their attics? Because you see news articles like this all the time now. When he asked, "What's wrong?" instead of reading your mind like he's supposed to. Elon Musk reveals the next vehicle in the space program, the Cyber X-Wing. Well, it's better than the original Cybertruck design. Hantavirus season already? I still have up my World War III decorations. Can I mix and match, or is reusing my COVID decor from 2020 tacky? And if that one ain't good enough, they got 2 or 3 more that they're working on right now. Finally, some breaking news worth reporting. This pit bull pulled out her teddy bear to show it to a dog of another car. Yeah, that's a whole lot better than most of the news. Never let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do. Just look at Beethoven. Everyone told him he would never be a musician just because he was deaf. But did he listen? No, he never heard a thing. I've never tried to outrun a police car, but if this shows up behind me, yeah, I'm taking my chances. You might outrun that one, but can you outrun the radio is the thing. She's mad that I wore this shirt in public. I thought this was a really good true statement, so I made my own design, now available in the AkornZstash merch store. If Gavin Newsom becomes president of the United States, I think it's pretty likely that they'll install him either as president or vice president. That's assuming that things could hold together that long, though.
Men, please vent to women. We do care.
Armando. Yep, exactly. Great comparison. In case you didn't realize, oil isn't scarce. Water isn't scarce. Land isn't scarce. Food isn't scarce. Scarcity is engineered by the psychopaths running this world. That is 100% fact-check true. And they have point-blank stated these things and shown by their actions over and over again. The TV show, To Catch a Predator, was canceled because they kept catching teachers, preachers, law enforcement, local officials, and other people meant to protect children. Is this mushroom edible? AI. Yes. A few days later. AI. You're right. That mushroom was poisonous. I'm sorry for the confusion. Would you like to learn more about poisonous mushrooms? Little bit too late for that one. However, people's at the point that they absolutely would trust whatever AI says. Jeff Goldblum refuses to leave money to his kids, Charlie and River. Row your own boat. Naming a child River and then saying, row your own boat, is diabolical. This man donated his mother's body to science to help cure Alzheimer's. Instead, a corrupt broker sold her to the military for $5,800 just to strap her to a chair and blow her up in an explosives test. Well, you guys know all the past news articles that I've had about medical organizations trying to take people's organs while they're still alive, and that's just the ones that woke up in time. So do you think they'd have any problem doing absolutely anything to someone who's already dead? If my neighbor's cow jumps the fence and gives birth in my yard, it's not my cow or my calf. Yeah, it's absolutely true. At the same time, how many decades has this been the policy? It didn't just start 5 or 6 years ago, guys. This has been in the works for a very long time. Fury as massive Georgia data center uses 30 million gallons of water through secret, unbilled pipes while residents suffer low pressure. Yeah, I've seen a few different articles like this. There was one article that I saw where residents was limited to how much water they were even able to use while the data center had unlimited. And you have this same thing happening with electricity as well. All the while, all of the citizens' electricity bills are skyrocketing. The people are literally paying for their own imprisonment. In this and many, many more ways. Maturing is realizing why they removed this scene. True, but it's not about kids climbing into a dryer. Instead, they turned it into what looks like a cabinet or an oven with a pizza on the front door. But most people has forgotten all about that by now. Sleeping around in your 20s has consequences later on in life. Don't let society fool you. I want to know how women got triggered by this tweet when this wasn't gender specific. I'm confused. I'm not confused about it at all. It's the exact same reason that they want to make paternity tests illegal. An 81-year-old grandmother began posting Minecraft videos to fund her grandson's cancer treatment. She raised $35,000 after bonding with him over the game in the hospital. In other countries, they can just go to the doctor. Yeah, places like Canada where they have so-called free healthcare. You'll just have to wait about a year to be able to get in, even if it's brain surgery. I came across this photo. This was recently taken, I think it was last week, but I have forgotten what state it was. Regardless of that, the last time I was uptown, which has been almost a week now, diesel was $5 a gallon and gas was just under $5. What prices are you guys paying for fuel right now? A priest sparks controversy after cleansing city streets with holy water following alphabet parade. Retraces route, blessing every corner. Well, I have no idea what religion he's representing, but he's got a better idea on it than most. Do I rehome the child or the dog? Even his goofy expression matches his stupid eyebrows, and both he and my child clearly think it's hilarious. I've got to walk him in public like this. Don't worry, everyone else is going to think it's hilarious too. Maybe we should put eyebrows on more dogs. I've literally been laughing at this for the past 5 minutes. Yeah, the College of Architecture and Planning. Good job there, guys. I love that takeout means food, dating, and murder. If you're a praying mantis, it can be all three at once. Disturbingly, yes, that can be true. And here's another one about the data centers. Crowell residents are limited to 2,000 gallons of water per month, while the Frontiera hyperscale data center wants to use 50,000 gallons per day. In a drought-stricken area of Texas, how is this even allowed? Because it's all part of their agenda. That's how. So, 2 of my classmates just asked our professor if his shirt is missing a second part. There are 2 types of people in this world. 1, those who can extrapolate from incomplete data. The 2026 billionaire tax can be changed to apply to every taxpayer. Just read the section 50,310 on page 26 of the bill. Nobody will check and it'll pass. Then we'll take all of their assets, retirement, home equity, personal property. There's no limit. It's like taking candy from a baby. It'll happen because we write the rules. That's who we are, the rulers. Yes, they certainly are rulers. And of course this will be used against the people. I've stated many times on past shows, when they say tax the rich, what they really mean is every citizen taxpayer, not the billionaires. Convicted former Harvard scientist rebuilds brain computer lab in China. All of these missing scientists, as well as those who are openly leaving the US, reminds me of Operation Paperclip, which started just before the end of World War II and continued for at least another year after Germany fell. Me. Imagine I visit a city where everybody loves desserts, but sweets are illegal. How could I bring 1 kilogram of powdered sugar there? ChatGPT. The things that people ask ChatGPT or whatever other AI is really something else. I mean, do you really think that every conversation you have isn't being saved and cataloged? Really? Because they even keep the voice conversations, let alone the written conversations. Wi-Fi routers in Australia. Yeah, it's all fun and games until somebody takes the router down and puts a real spider up there. Actually, that router's probably smaller than some of their spiders.
There's no fraud in California. There might be some fraud. There's fraud, but we're on top of it. It's a crime to look for fraud in California.
There's not a single state in the U.S. that there isn't a mass amount of fraud being done. Some are just more open about it than others. Me purchases a toilet seat on Amazon. Amazon for the next 4 weeks. This is true, but you don't even have to make a purchase. You can just talk about it too much and it'll do this. Even kids' toys are watching and recording everything they see and hear, guys. And look, they're not liable because it's your fault because you bought it, not because they're making it this way by design. Are you stuck? No, officer. I'm delivering a bridge. Brain growth from womb to birth highlights early sex differences. You don't say. You want to know what else highlights early sex differences? What gender that they are. Did you guys hear that Google has stated that Android is no longer an operating system? And like it says here, it has transitioned from an operating system into an intelligence system. Your devices are becoming even more helpful with upgrades that will save you time. Yeah, I'm sure it will. Like I've stated many times, the invention of the smartphone was these alphabet agencies' best surveillance device that they've ever created. And now, with all of the new AI not just being an add-on, but instead it's being integrated into the system itself as the main software. Why? Because smartphones will be one of the main ways they will use to implement the digital ID, and it's much closer than most people think.
Crazy thought, but those 20 million AR-15s now in this country could sure arm a lot of Ukrainians.
Thanks for acknowledging the entire reason the Second Amendment is so important, genius. You don't go to war with an AR-15. It's nothing more than a fancy hunting rifle. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just a fact. Judge, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Me, no. Judge, what do I do now? Oracle gave its new CFO $26 million in stock after firing up to 30,000 workers. Employees says an algorithm may have targeted those with stock options first. Another point, with 30,000 less employees, it'll make it a little easier to keep information from leaking, especially being that Larry Ellison is one of the biggest leaders in total government surveillance using AI, as he has openly stated. Quote, "Citizens will be on their best behavior because we are constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on." Muslim-only water park event controversy explodes as organizer's husband targets Sarah Gonzalez. It starts with her. This stuff is just getting started here. Husband and wife intervene after seeing Florida mom discipline 4-year-old son. Then, police arrest the couple. Good. They should have been arrested. That's exactly what's wrong with the younger generations. They've never had any discipline or faced any sort of consequences for anything that they do or say. Which is why many kids in the schools, let alone those coming out of the colleges, have absolutely no respect for anyone. When you're feeling like an idiot, never forget this image. Unfortunately, you're not going to have a hard time remembering because it's already beginning all over again. Me waiting for people to realize it doesn't matter who the president is. I know most people don't like to hear that, but facts are facts. You can vote for whoever wants to get up on the stage, but the real agenda always marches forward, just like it always has, which is how we've got to the place we are today. It's not by accident, guys. It's all been done according to their plan and design. So if we lie to the government, it's a felony. But if they lie to us, it's politics. Bill Murray. Yep, it's absolutely true. in more ways than most people will ever know. Earth Review. Takes 3 years to unlock voice chat. Tutorial takes 18 years. Banned at level 60 to 80. Can't respawn. Pay to win. Signing up takes 9 months. Can't choose your own server or username. Good graphics lagging sometimes. Last Battle Royale, 1930 to 1945. New one soon. Yeah, it's very true, especially that last one. If you like today's show, then you'll love this one that pops up here. Check out the new merch designs now available in the merch store. All links down below in the video description. Don't forget to like and subscribe and come back for more. You guys take care and stay safe this week. This is Akorn, over and out.